What's happening, Legends of Pitt? Get ready, because the news cycle is absolutely electric right now, and we've got the inside scoop on stories that are shaking things up. You do not want to miss what's dropping today. It's all happening fast, and we're here to break it down for you. From major political moves to unexpected getaways, buckle up, because this is your essential update. Let's dive in. First up, a seismic shift in national positioning as a significant decision is being reversed, impacting a crucial command structure. We're talking about a high-level announcement that's already generating massive buzz and rewriting the playbook for a key sector. You'll want to hear the details on this one. Then, we're heading across the pond to explore a high-profile appearance that's raising eyebrows and sparking conversations. Imagine a prominent governor enjoying a luxurious escape, caught on camera in a setting that's as glamorous as it is controversial. Get ready for the full picture on this international rendezvous. But the story doesn't stop there. We're diving into the aftermath and the official statements surrounding this international escapade. When personal celebrations meet public scrutiny, the details matter. We've got the latest on who's saying what and what it all means. And finally, we're bringing you the latest from the world of cinema and celebrity, where a major star's health scare at a prestigious festival caused a stir. From unexpected absences to triumphant returns, we've got the inside track on the drama and the recovery. Stay tuned for all the updates. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join the Legends of Pitt community. A major command is on the move. In a significant reversal of previous policy, U.S. Space Command's relocation is officially heading to Alabama, a decision that overturns a directive from the previous administration. This move signals a substantial realignment of national defense infrastructure and has been a topic of considerable discussion regarding strategic positioning and resource allocation. President Donald Trump announced the confirmation of Space Command's new home, stating his intent to relocate the command to Huntsville, Alabama. This decision effectively cancels a previous plan initiated during the Biden administration to establish Space Command's headquarters in Colorado Springs, Colorado. The initial decision to place Space Command in Colorado was made in August 2021, following a competitive selection process that also considered other locations, including those in Alabama. At the time, Colorado Springs was selected over several other finalist sites, including Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama, Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska, and Joint Base Langley Eustis in Virginia. The selection process was reportedly thorough, involving extensive analysis of factors such as operational efficiency, cost, and personnel requirements. However, President Trump, during his term, had expressed a preference for Alabama, citing potential advantages. Following the announcement of the Colorado selection, there were continued discussions and reviews, with proponents of the Alabama location arguing for its strategic benefits and cost-effectiveness. The reversal now brings the focus back to Alabama, a state that has been actively developing its capabilities in aerospace and defense sectors. Huntsville, in particular, is a hub for space and missile defense activities, home to NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center and the U.S. Army's Space and Missile Defense Command. The implications of this relocation are far-reaching. It is expected to have a significant economic impact on Alabama, bringing jobs and investment to the region. Furthermore, it raises questions about the future of the facilities and personnel in Colorado Springs, which had been preparing for the arrival of Space Command. The Department of the Air Force has stated that it will ensure a smooth transition, but the timeline and specific details of the move are still being finalized. This decision underscores the dynamic nature of defense planning and the influence of political administrations on long-term strategic initiatives. The move is also likely to be scrutinized for its potential impact on military readiness and the overall effectiveness of U.S. Space Command's mission to protect American interests in the space domain. This development has sparked considerable debate among defense analysts and policymakers. Some view the move as a necessary correction to ensure optimal operational effectiveness and cost efficiency, while others express concern about the disruption and potential impact on personnel morale and continuity of operations in Colorado. The economic and strategic ripple effects are expected to be felt for years to come. Now, hold onto your hats, because the conversation is shifting from national commands to international getaways. Next, we're jetting off to Italy for a story involving a prominent governor and a luxury yacht. A governor's international getaway raises questions. Photographs recently surfaced showing Maryland Governor Wes Moore vacationing in Italy, where he was seen on a luxury yacht reportedly owned by actor George Clooney. The images, published by the Daily Mail, captured the governor and his wife, Dawn Moore, on the yacht's sundeck. This international trip, coinciding with his wife's 50th birthday celebration, has drawn both attention and criticism, particularly regarding its transparency and optics. The report highlighted that George Clooney himself has publicly praised Governor Moore, even suggesting he would be an ideal candidate for the Democratic presidential nomination in 2028. Clooney, a prominent actor and activist, owns an estate on Lake Como, Italy, where the governor was photographed. The context of the trip being a personal celebration for the First Lady has been provided by Governor Moore's office, with Communications Director David Turner stating, "The governor paid for a trip to celebrate his wife's 50th birthday." However, the trip was not listed on Moore's public schedule, leading to scrutiny from various political figures and media outlets. Concerns were amplified by the White House, which reportedly condemned the governor's international trip in an email to Spotlight on Maryland. This condemnation comes amid ongoing public discourse and political tension between Governor Moore and President Donald Trump regarding the state of crime in Baltimore. President Trump has publicly criticized Moore's handling of the situation and has even suggested potential federal intervention. Mark Fisher, a Republican from Calvert County, voiced significant concerns about the trip's transparency, questioning who paid for it and whether a security detail was involved, and if so, who bore the cost. Fisher described the optics of the trip as elitist, drawing a parallel to literary themes of societal division. In response to requests for details regarding the trip, including financial records for transportation, meals, and lodging, Moore's office provided limited information, stating that the governor paid for the personal vacation. The Maryland State Police also denied requests for details about any potential security detail, citing confidentiality and safety concerns, and did not respond to inquiries about taxpayer costs associated with the trip. Furthermore, questions arose about whether Governor Moore had temporarily transferred his gubernatorial powers to Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller during his absence. Moore's office clarified that this was not the case, as the governor was not temporarily unable to perform his duties. The situation has become a focal point for political debate, with opponents using the trip to criticize Moore's leadership and priorities, especially in light of public safety concerns in Baltimore. This narrative underscores the intense scrutiny faced by public officials, particularly concerning personal travel and its intersection with public duties and political aspirations. The differing perspectives on the trip highlight the ongoing political discourse and the high expectations for transparency from elected leaders. While the governor's international trip is making headlines, there's more to the story regarding the official statements and public reaction. Next, we'll delve into the official explanations and the political fallout surrounding this high-profile vacation. A governor's Italian weekend clarified amidst political storm. Maryland Governor Wes Moore's recent international trip to Italy, where he was photographed on actor George Clooney's yacht, has been officially described by his aides as a privately funded celebration for his wife's 50th birthday. The story, initially broken by the Daily Mail with a headline critical of Moore's state, detailed the governor and his wife, Dawn Moore, relaxing on the yacht during their personal vacation. The publication noted that Clooney and his wife were present for a film festival and had granted the Moores access to their Lake Como villa, reportedly valued at $100 million. Governor Moore's communications director, David Turner, confirmed the nature of the trip in a statement, emphasizing that the governor personally covered the expenses for the celebration. This clarification addresses concerns about the use of public funds for the vacation. The trip, however, was not included in Moore's public schedule, a detail that has drawn criticism from political opponents and raised questions about transparency. Specifically, Republicans have pointed to the trip's optics as being out of touch with the challenges facing Maryland residents, particularly concerning crime rates in Baltimore, an issue that has been a point of contention between Moore and President Donald Trump. President Trump has been vocal about the crime situation in Baltimore, suggesting he might deploy federal troops, while Moore has maintained that the state is addressing the issue effectively. The White House also issued a statement condemning the governor's international trip, with Deputy White House Press Secretary Abigail Jackson posting on X. "The crime crisis ravaging your city is no problem at all when you can jet off to an Italy yacht vacation." This commentary links Moore's personal travel to his administration's handling of public safety concerns. Furthermore, questions were raised about whether Governor Moore had formally transferred his duties to Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller during his absence. Moore's office reiterated that the governor was not temporarily incapacitated and therefore did not need to delegate his powers, referencing constitutional provisions for such scenarios. The Maryland State Police also responded to media inquiries regarding potential security details or associated taxpayer costs for the trip, stating that information about security arrangements is confidential and would not be disclosed to protect the safety of individuals receiving security services. Their response to questions about estimated taxpayer expenses, however, was not immediately available. George Clooney's past political engagements, including hosting fundraisers for political campaigns, have also been noted, with the Daily Mail suggesting he has expressed support for a potential presidential bid by Governor Moore. Clooney had previously described Moore in an April interview with CNN as a proper leader and an ideal candidate for the 2028 Democratic nomination, though Moore has consistently stated he is not running for president in 2028. The narrative surrounding the trip highlights the intersection of personal life, public service, and political ambition, and the intense public and media scrutiny that accompanies it. While the details of the governor's trip are being debated, the world of entertainment also saw a moment of concern for a major star. Next, we'll turn our attention to the Venice Film Festival and a health scare that briefly affected a renowned actor. A major star's health scare causes festival stir. George Clooney's presence at the Venice Film Festival, a highly anticipated event where he was set to premiere his new film, J. Kelly, was unexpectedly overshadowed by a health issue. Clooney, accompanied by his wife Amal Clooney, arrived to considerable fanfare, evoking nostalgic memories of their wedding held in Venice 11 years prior. The couple's arrival was met with applause, and their public appearances reinforced Clooney's enduring star power. The situation took a turn when Clooney failed to attend the press conference for J. Kelly, sparking immediate rumors and concern among festival attendees and the media. His team issued an official statement to clarify his absence, explaining that Clooney was suffering from a severe sinus infection. The statement expressed hope for his recovery and attendance at the evening's red carpet premiere. This news undoubtedly caused disappointment, especially given the significance of the film's premiere and Clooney's role as one of the festival's major attractions. Fellow cast members, including Laura Dern and Adam Sandler, addressed Clooney's absence. Dern conveyed that Clooney was devastated to miss such a crucial moment for the film's team. Sandler, in a lighter tone, reminded everyone that even movie stars are susceptible to illness. The actor's representative further confirmed that, on medical advice, Clooney was advised to minimize his commitments. It was also revealed that he had begun feeling unwell days earlier, which had already led him to miss a private dinner with Netflix executives. He was observed returning to his hotel, the Excelsior, to rest with Amal. Despite the initial health concern and the disruption to his schedule, Clooney made a triumphant return to the red carpet later that day at the Palazzo del Cinema. His appearance with Amal brought a sense of relief and excitement back to the festival. The crowd erupted in applause as they saw Clooney, looking recovered and in good spirits. He greeted fans, and his connection with Amal once again became a focal point, symbolizing their strong partnership. The premiere of J. Kelly proceeded successfully, marking a positive conclusion to an episode of uncertainty. The film, which is competing for prestigious awards, is slated for theatrical release in November and will be available on Netflix in December. Clooney's journey from initial alarm to a standing ovation highlighted his resilience and commitment to his project and the festival. His reappearance was widely seen as a testament to his professionalism and dedication to his team and the film. And that wraps up our look at the latest happenings. We've covered major political decisions, high-profile travel, and celebrity health updates. Now, let's do a quick recap of everything we've covered today. So, we saw Space Command's relocation to Alabama confirmed, a major shift in defense strategy. Then, Maryland Governor Wes Moore's Italian yacht trip sparked debate about transparency and optics amid political tensions. We also heard official clarifications about the funding and circumstances of that trip. Finally, George Clooney faced a health scare at the Venice Film Festival, causing concern before a triumphant return for his film premiere. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to Legends of Pitt for more breaking updates, ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and drop a comment below telling us what you think about today's stories. Also, make sure to follow us on all our social media channels for behind-the-scenes content and more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.